The digital euro has officially launched on the Xrp ledger, setting the price of Xrp to over $50,000 per Xrp, due to the fact that over $654.39 trillion to be facilitated on the Xrp ledger through real estate tokenization by RealFi, and Elon Musk hinting and confirming by Ripple CEO that they are working very close with Elon Musk to partner within regards to X payments, which will use XRP. This information was also confirmed by Binance in an article where they not only announced the Ripple CEO confirming a close relation and partnership with Elon Musk, but also a price prediction predicting XRP to over $600. Welcome guys to a brand new video on the Crypto Geek channel, and before we get started, we do want to remind you guys to make sure you subscribe to this channel, the Crypto Geek channel, and my second channel, Mighty Crypto, as well as follow me on Twitter/X. And if you want to get yourself some free XRP, join the RealFi giveaway, the top project that is tokenizing over $654.39 trillion worth of real estate onto the XRP ledger and giving away free XRP. It's very easy. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is simply follow their Twitter/X at RealFi Team, post a tweet with RealFi XRP and tag at RealFi Team, and like and repost their giveaway. Guys, this is a free golden opportunity. Get your free XRP now by joining the giveaway, and let's get right into the video. A lot of major updates have occurred over the last 24 to 48 hours, including the launch of the digital euro onto the XRP ledger, a massive partnership between Ripple and Elon Musk, the tokenization of over $654.39 trillion being confirmed to be facilitated on the XRP ledger, and even a massive announcement that Ripple has officially partnered with Swift and will be utilizing XRP for blockchain cross-border payments. All of this has unfolded due to the fact that extensive testing and monitoring of transactions by RealFi, which aims to actually confirm the over $654.39 trillion can be facilitated onto the XRP ledger, demonstrating the skill and power of this revolutionary technology. RealFi also announced that they're excited to officially launch the website payrealfi.com, the official RealFi website built to advance real estate decentralized finance with real world utility. Initial testing of Real, which is the RealFi native token, on the XRP ledger has shown exceptional speed, minimal fees, and seamless transaction processing, reinforcing our confidence in its capabilities to power real-world financial applications at scale. Follow for more updates at RealFi Team. And here it is. Real estate payments unified by blockchain. From rent to real estate, pay the world with one currency built on the XRP ledger. Of course, if you take a look here and you go and you scroll down, you'll realize that the Real token is not yet launched. The RealFi real estate is coming soon. The Real token is not yet available, but it will be coming soon. But you also notice that XRP is a major part of RealFi because all the tokenization is happening on the XRP ledger, and thus XRP is really what's going to get all of that volume alongside the Real token, projecting it to over $50,000. In fact, the RealFi process includes rent, real estate, and real, and allows for tokenization, rent using payments, and the entire global accessibility, including doing payments on the XRP ledger using Real token, all to happen on the XRP ledger. And with every transaction happening on the XRP ledger, XRP is burnt, thus you see a decrease in supply and an increase in demand. On top of this, RealFi is working very closely to allow for properties to actually use both the Real token and XRP as the sole means of payment for real estate payments in all shapes and forms, including rental and buying and selling of real estate. Something extremely bullish. So with that being said, I thought I'd highlight this because obviously this is an additional $654 trillion that is coming to the XRP ledger. But we can't forget the United States of America and their institutions have also decided to green light transactions. In fact, the United States of America Bank to begin using XRP following Ripple announcement, to which Ripple announced that they're confident U.S. banks will start wanting to use XRP for cross-border transactions after a judge gave them the firm partial victory in its fight against the SEC General Counsel Stu Alderate and CNBC. A judge ruled that XRP, in and of itself a cryptocurrency Ripple is closely associated with, was not in and of itself necessarily a security in a development with major implications for the digital asset industry. It wasn't a total victory for Ripple. However, the judge also ruled the sales of XRP by institutionals do count as unregistered securities. But think about it like this. This is actually old. When you look at the new information, the Ripple SEC lawsuit has officially settled, with the case being dismissed and it being a major whopping victory for Ripple Labs and XRP. But let's take a quick second and show you guys this clip. Listen closely.
Here in Singapore, I believe you get paid once a month. In the United States, you get paid once every 2 weeks. Has everybody thought about why you get paid once a month or once every 2 weeks? It comes down to the friction of payments. And if we can remove the friction of payments, why can't you get paid every day? Or even more crazily, why don't you get paid every hour or every second? You could have a stream of value showing up in your whatever repository of value. Now, why you need to get paid every second, I'm not sure. But I do think there's a lot of dynamics that have been built around getting paid every 2 weeks or getting paid every month. And as we remove the friction of payments and make that dramatically easier, I think you're going to see secondary and tertiary effects that are very difficult to predict, just like we couldn't have predicted Grab 20 years ago.
So, like, just think of money as a database for resource allocation across time and space, and then what system it is, in what form should that database or data system, what would be most effective? Now, there is a fundamental issue with say Bitcoin in its current form. In that the transaction volume is very limited, and the latency the latency for a properly confirmed transaction is too long, much longer than you'd like. So it's actually not great from a transaction volume standpoint or a latency standpoint. So it is perhaps useful to solve an aspect of the money database problem, which is this sort of store of wealth or an accounting of relative obligations, I suppose. But it is not useful as a currency, as a day-to-day currency.
Do you envision the XRP ledger being incorporated into the financial institutions in the future?
Well, I certainly cannot speak to any specific crypto, but I do think that the sort of cryptocurrency is an interesting and probably valuable bulwark against a centralized control. Because there's definitely not an endorsement or lack of endorsement for XRP. But I do think crypto, by its very nature, it helps with individual freedom.
Now think about it like this. We're seeing institutions jumping on board the XRP ledger. We're seeing banks jumping on board the XRP ledger. We're also seeing central banks jumping on board the XRP ledger. What we are looking at right now is the global revolution of XRP taking over the financial system. And so whether Swift likes it or not, XRP will end up replacing Swift if they don't use it. This is why we are likely to see, like we have, a partnership between Ripple Labs and the Swift. But think about it like this. Over 19 central banks, this is 19 global central banks for government, have literally confirmed purchasing 9.4 billion euros in XRP during Q4 of 2023. And again, this is Q4 of 2023. We're currently sitting in 2025, in May 2025. Imagine how much more XRP was purchased, because we have seen the growing adoption of XRP with the Ripple SEC lawsuit is basically over. The Americas opened up to crypto. The United States of America, the Federal Reserve, the federal government, in fact, has officially released a crypto reserve that will mostly consist of XRP, and they announced it's going to be approximately $68 billion worth. That is how much it's going to be, and that is likely to hold a major chunk of it being in XRP. So, as we talk about this and we highlight all these main critical points, I want to kind of conclude the video here by saying that I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, as well as follow me on all my social media platforms. Subscribe to my second channel, the Money Crypto channel. Follow me on X, Twitter, and make sure you sign up to the giveaway that is hosted by RealFi. You can visit them on X, Twitter, at RealFi Team on their X page, and give them a follow. Yeah, and of course, make sure you guys stay tuned for the latest videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and peace.